Just gonna give this a few minutes to see if anyone wants to jump on the stream. And then we're gonna be obsing OG versus Cole from last night, the American AT. And that was a game that I was in. It went 28 minutes. And it was interesting, and I just wanted to obs it. I haven't obsed it yet. I saw it. I mean, I played it, and I also saw it from their perspective, OG's perspective, from Ralph's stream, or from his recording. And yeah, I played for Cole. So just gonna give it a minute. Earlier, American AT tonight, and MAT tomorrow. Alright, let's jump in. So this was round 3, but I guess it technically was the finals since these were the only 2 guilds in the AT by this point. OG, I think, have most of their core, and Cole was a bit of a pug. Had, I think, 3 members from Cole. You got Tanner here, Phenor, DMP, and then the rest are guests. So OG have this alley builds with no mesmers, so no interrupts, no enchant remove. It's 2 split alleys, 1 lightning surge, and 1 mind burn, and then the water and earth at main team, and then Elisa Derv. So the water and the earth are just meant to get control of the flag stand, make sure that the enemy can't run any flags, which usually stops the enemy in their tracks and gives your split an opening to either win the game or your team in general an opening to kill NPCs over time and play for 28. So I'm here on the Lightning Surge alley of Cole. Now I figured that OG was likely to run Ellie's on this map. It's uncharted. They are good with Ellie's. So I played Lightning Armor, and I'm just engaging here a little bit at the back door to see what the Ellie's have. And I saw it was Mind Burn and Lightning Surge, and when I saw Lightning Surge, that made me very happy because I thought with my Lightning Armor and my Lightning Shield, I could very easily just kill NPCs through this Ellie. However, I found out that was not the case because he has Reverse Hex and Patient Spirit, and he did a great job keeping NPCs alive against me and pushing me out, which surprised me. So right now I'm thinking this is going to be much easier of a game than it ends up being. So I end up having to call the warrior to come with me so that we can kill NPCs through the lightning surge. Thankfully, because the lightning surge does have 2 heal skills, he doesn't have much damage. And I think he's fluxed as well, so I have heal breeze, I can heal up our warrior when me and the warrior push, and we have a lot of time to kill NPCs basically. Or we can create big windows for ourselves where there's not much risk against the lightning surge because of his lack of damage. So one thing I don't know is what happened main team. I think that we tried to run flags in for the first 10 minutes or so, and we started losing on that and maybe taking some deaths and losing a lot of NPCs, and then I think we gave up on flag. Ooh, nice complicate on the foes there. But no monk in range. And no heal up on the Necro. Couple of big mistakes there. Nice flag pick up and cap. That's pretty clutch. Monk in range now. So 3 damage for OG here. 2 monks of Call are now here as well. And Dervish here, Tanner, doing a really great job pushing the front door. Really, really good to see him front door looking for NPCs instead of focusing on the flag stand, because NPCs are what's going to matter this game for us. For both teams really. So it's important to get them down as early as possible against this build. Especially with our lack of interrupts. on our team, a lack of shutdown for the Ellies. There's really no way that we can guarantee flags, which means that kills on them don't really matter because they can force boosts whenever they want. So our win condition is NPCs and either killing the Lord with some sort of cheese move or 28. OG on the other hand want to control the flag, of course, but then also find NPCs. So both teams are really looking for, or at least should be looking for NPCs for pretty much the whole game. They should be doing anything that they can to get them. It's much more forgiving for OG because they can force boosts. Cole, we cannot force boosts, so we have to make sure that we don't take too many deaths as we're looking for NPCs. Tanner doing perfect move once again. Kills a knight. Only 3-4 minutes into the game. Such a good move. And then me and Zinc are at the back now. We made a bit of a mistake here. We could have got an archer, but Zinc wanted to try and go for the Ellie. Fortunately, the Ellie's pretty tanky, and I think he removed my lightning surge as well. Or maybe I just didn't have it on recharge. I think he removed it there, so perfect timing on his reverse X. I don't think he would have died anyway, but the fact we didn't focus the archer there is pretty bad on our part. A bit of a mistake, and huge mistake here by Foresight, our 8 monk here. He shouldn't have run through OG's base like that. OG are only defending with 1 damage. If Zinc and I die to the 1 damage, it's our own fault. Can't afford a monk for it. So our push side, who is doing the right thing, unfortunately dies anyway. So our main team is still trying to get a flag out, unfortunately. And we don't even have P&H, so we are griefing pretty hard. Yeah, we finally dropped the flag. But I feel like we still try and focus on. I think we maybe just dropped it there because we had dead players. And need to retreat. Looks like they're trying to snare our 8 monk while they split the Ellie's back door, so our 7 monk went back instead to defend the base. Not ideal, but it worked. I think we only lost 1 footman off of this, despite how far 7 monk is away from the footman. He's getting solo blocked here, is he? A little bit. So at this point in the game, we are pretty far behind. OG's boosted, they have full flag control. We haven't got many. We've got some NPCs down. Actually, we're doing pretty well on the NPCs. We've got these important back NPCs down, which open up the pit on the backside. We've already got a knight down and front footman down. So even though it looks like we're very far behind, we're actually not that far behind. Looks like we're getting turtle, but it's just kind of an illusion because we have the power to split through. Especially because OG doesn't have enchant removal, so it's very hard for them to punish players that are out of position. Because 1 Spirit Bond will keep someone alive for a long time. Here, OG makes a huge mistake. But we chicken out, I guess. Huge mistake by us as well. So OG makes a huge mistake defending their base, and we make a huge mistake by not capitalizing on it. There was an opening there. We could have got an archer, maybe a bodyguard. But chickened out of it a little bit. And main team, or at least Tanner and Pheno here, doing the exact right move, looking for more NPCs. What's Chronic doing? Chronic's main. So we're not looking for flags anymore. That's great. But Chronic he's not in position to defend the Lisa. This is, I mean, if you know what OG's win condition here, which is getting NPCs down, then you have to be in position to defend against it. Chronic, unfortunately, out of position. Thankfully for him, the Earth Ellie here doesn't have stoning. So the only way he dies here is if he eats the cripple from the dervish. Or if he runs through the foes like this or tries to fight them. Big mistakes. And big mistake by our monks as well. Our prot monk should have been back to heal him. Maybe they were getting snared, and that's when we get griefed a little bit by not having PNH. So, this point in the game, Lisa takes our whole base pretty much. They just leaves one archer up. Now, because our Necro's dead, I should be coming back to defend this. I'm in sort of a good enough position, but I don't come back to defend it because I think we have a little bit of an opening on the 8 monk. And also there's a big miscommunication because Chronic says, I think he says our pit is dead, or he indicates that basically it's over for our pit, we can't save it. And so I think that we've already lost it. So I don't bother coming back, I look for my window here to score kills. Kills which ultimately wouldn't matter anyway. But had I known that our pit could survive a bunch longer, I would have come back. I would have probably come back, so. There's quite bad miscommunication there. We didn't need to lose all these, we could have just lost the knights. Kept the bodyguard and archer alive. And that opens up OG to be able to win the game. Had OG not got the pit, it would have been very difficult for them to win the game. But we just... It's such a huge mistake from our team. Series of mistakes. So now we're in a similar spot that we were in a few minutes ago. I don't think we've advanced any objective in the game. We've still got the same NPCs dead on OG, but we've lost a bunch of our NPCs now. Critical NPCs, both the knights, bodyguard, archer. So it's starting to look very bad for us. So we're looking to make a play somewhere, but our main team's getting boxed in by the allies, and split side. We're looking for an opening, but having trouble finding it. We try this 3v3, but it's very difficult to kill because the allies are buffed, they've got so much healing, the monk is buffed. Monk has Dark Escape as well. And Reverse Hex, they got double Reverse Hex, so Lightning Surge is very hard to do anything with. Very hard to be effective. And even if we do score kills, they'll just boost and get the morale back. But the problem is we can't just run through them. So ideally we would want to run through them or run through somewhere to try and get into their base so that we can threaten NPCs instead of threatening players. But we can't do that unless they take a bit of pressure first at least. Or unless they're distracted basically. And that's exactly what happens here. They try and connect their teams together because I think they see themselves as a little bit further ahead in the game than perhaps they are. And in doing so, they take a lot of pressure. And just distract themselves a little bit and leave an opening to their base. Warrior and Mesmer are making a giant mistake looking for kills here. Just wasting time basically. Warrior now goes for NPCs. And this is where we even the game. Start getting down some pit NPCs, some more pit NPCs. So OG have put themselves in a pretty bad position here. Unfortunately, their 8 monk only starts going back now as they realize what's happened. But by the time he gets back, I think they've lost most or all of the pit. And we are retarded looking for this Ellie kill. So stupid, wasting time like that. But I think we only just sneaked this last archer as the monk tries to heal it. I think I play a little bit defensive there so that the Ellie can't just max damage on the warrior. And we just get this kill. Really important archer kill. And even if Zinc died, it would have been worth it. And now we're 3v3. But OG's pit is cleared, and now the game is even once again. Right now, Cole's main team should be looking to push a damage forwards. Yeah, if Cole could push a damage forwards into the front of OG's base right now, it would really mess with OG because of their composition. OG would have to send back this prot monk basically, which would leave the 7 monk open to be killed. Like if the Necro just ran forwards, for example, then you'd have the prot monk follow, and then Dervish and Mesmer of Cole on the 7 monk of OG, and he would be cooked. Maybe cooked slowly because he's got defense from the water and the earth, but I think that would be a good move. So we're looking for kills. We somehow cap the flag. OG's now going to cap over though. And I think the reason I felt like I should look for kills there is because I felt like we needed to get back into the game and actually have a threat, not just get lore damage, but threat of them backside. Because I felt like our main team perhaps needed some help. Like we needed to force OG to react with their main team. And here we have some misplays. So OG here on the backside have 3 damage. They have an extra player than us. We only have 1 monk. So our prot tries to get in range to heal. But our 7 monk is getting snared a little bit and blocked. And I crashed out pretty hard on our prot monk here. But I shouldn't have done that because he did. It wasn't like a dumb move to go and try and heal him from the top here. He made a calculated decision and it just didn't pay off. Unfortunately, it leads to him dying after time as well. But I was saying that he griefed us by doing that, but it's not really fair. Just got a bit unlucky. So now we're in a really difficult spot once again. Because we have to be careful that OG don't just win the game right now. So we're trying to threaten backdoor to make sure that OG can't just push in all their damage right now. We have to keep our monks together. I probably would have tried to do the same thing, Fino says. Yeah, I probably would have tried to do the same thing too. It's just unfortunate that it didn't work out. Yeah, I felt bad. I apologized to him afterwards because I shouldn't have spoken to him like that. It got too toxic. Anyway, so what's happening in the game right now? We have OG's farming a little bit of lore damage. Very smart move by them. We're looking to push them out with a kill on the 7 monk. We've got 2 damage here, Dervish and Necro. I actually don't think that we should have enough damage. Actually, the Earth Ellie's not here. It's the Fire Ellie And the water alley. I don't know what to think of that. So we had Pheno's collapsing now. Okay, that's good that we collapse. Because that was a bad situation for us. Very, very good that we were able to push them out of the base here. Meanwhile, in their base, we are just causing havoc. Now that their pit's cleared, thank God. And getting low damage. I think I messed up there. Should have got on the Ellie sooner, but I didn't get my fast... I was hoping for a fast recharge on Lightning Surge, but I didn't get it. So what I should have done is just not use Lightning Surge on the Guild Lord, obviously. And then we maybe could have caught the Ellie out. So Ralph is farming lore damage here. That's really bad for us. And this game was even closer than I thought at lore damage. We made so many mistakes. So I am cheesing them a little bit here. They're defending me with 2 people right now because they're not sure what to do. They want to defend me with the damage, but the only damage that can defend me is the Lightning Surge. And he was getting lore damage. Now he's 1v1ing an 8 monk. So I'm having a pretty good effect on the game right now, and it's really low risk for me as well because their ally does not have stoning. If he did, then I might have to be more careful. So on the rest of the map we have a player advantage. Zink's looking for a kill here. But again, the kills don't really matter that much. I feel like we're just focusing on the wrong stuff. Like you score a kill after time on this alley, they're just gonna send their Lisa Derp to come res him. All of our efforts right now should just be focused on lore damage. I guess this is good because it stalls their lore damage. You know, while their allies are stuck here, they can't be in our base. That's good from that perspective. And I think I'm farming a little bit. Yeah, I'm farming some lore damage. Collapsed by the Lisa now. I think we score the kill on the Ellie here, or Zink does. You take out the res once, I think Zink KDs it. No, he cancelled it. Right, he cancelled the first one, he gets KD'd on the second one. I wonder why he cancelled that. Anyway, it's not like we can kill them, so he just gets it off in 8 seconds anyway. And we're looking for flags? I guess that's good because it keeps the allies out of our base, but I don't think we need this many people for it. It would be better to have one of these damage in their base getting lore damage. Perhaps Chronic, because if Chronic goes, the Prot follows, and Chronic can just get lore damage through the Prot. So another mistake by our team there. No reason to have 3 damage to get this flag in. See, now Chronic, he runs back to our base, and it's like the 2 monks are now stuck here, but... So I didn't realize this, but he could have been in the base like 30 seconds earlier, and we could have actually lorded it. Because if you look at what happens here, we almost do lord it. Because this pro monk got snared so much. And they're stuck with the 8 out the backside because we have, we only have 1 damage actually. I thought they were stuck because we had 2 damage. Anyway, so we almost lorded it, and if Chronic had been earlier, we would have. Or possibly might have. It would have meant that the 8 had to come back sooner. Anyway, bit of a mistake. Actually could have been in their base like a minute sooner. Anyway, so at this point, because we are playing so offensively, we are getting pretty far ahead. OG don't really seem to have an offensive game plan right now. Like, they're still playing their mid-game strategy where they're focused on flags. Not even their mid-game, their early game strategy where they're focused on flags, because mid-game they should have been looking for NPCs. Unfortunately though, we do take some deaths here, which puts us on the back foot again. Really unnecessary deaths. Prot ran a little, like, should have ran that way, but ran this way. So we are on the retreat. They're getting very close to 28 now. See, why are they trying to kill us here? They should just be ramming our pit right now. What are they hoping to do here? They should know that they're never going to kill these monks because they don't have any enchantment move. Like, this guy should just be able to Spirit Bond everything. Anything that takes damage, you just put Spirit Bond on it and then it's invincible. So a little bit of a throw there by OG. Not capitalizing on the 2 dead. Also giving up a lot of position here. I think our main team is looking to find lore damage, but what is OG trying to accomplish right now? They're looking for plays. This guy should just run straight into the enemy base. Should have a 7 monk follow. Okay, he's looking for it now. Unfortunately for him, I'm there. Because I'm playing backside. Because I'm expecting them to run in right now. I think I saw the lightning surge split off. But I'm expecting OG to play for heavy lore damage right now. So I'm positioning myself so I can't get snared out of position. Now they're going to start looking for it. Now we made a huge mistake here. We needed to either have Phenor or Chronic go to the enemy base. But instead we had them both come back to our base. Now, I called for Chronic to go to their base. It actually works out a little bit in our favor because their prop monk was really far behind on following. So we do score a kill here and slow down the lore damage of OG. It's actually... he gets packed after he dies and then we score a pack kill later on. But that shouldn't have happened because Holly should have been in position. So if Holly was in position, what would have happened is Chronic runs to the wrong base and we lose out on a lot of lore damage. Now, I made a mistake. I should have actually called Phenor to their base instead of Chronic. Chronic should have been on defense because they have a Stone Sheath. And we need Phenor to take out the Stone Sheath. Chronic can strip the Stone Sheath from the Lord, but we really need to interrupt it to keep our monks alive and to strip it, and also to keep the weakness off by interrupting it. So Phenor should have been in the enemy base, and I also should have recognized, of course, that OG don't have any mesmers. So me and Chronic can easily kill the solo monk. Usually if they have mesmers, if they push with 1 mesmer, you can't kill the solo monk very easily with the Ellie. So Phenor says, I think me backfiring the solo 7 monk and erupting the fire rally was good. It was good, but it's also because they misplayed, because they have hex remove here that they didn't use on the backfire. See, they were tunnel visioning on the guild lord. They had heal breeze on this guy, and reverse hex and patient spirit and windborne speed on this guy, and this guy has dark escape, so he should have been able to escape from you and survive, but they didn't do it because they tunnel vision. And our guy here should have died. It's a miracle that he survived. But the reason he survived is because Regim's build is kind of grief for this situation. He should have Tanais and or Stoning. But now they don't have any cracked armor. They don't have the stoning KD, which is critical for this situation here. So unfortunately for them, they couldn't. And we also grieved, like I mentioned as well, by not having our interrupts and enchantment move here. Like if you looked at our lore, at our front line there, I'm sure they were getting barely any lore damage compared to what you would expect, because the Lord's just getting perma-stone sheath. So it's like both teams are making so many mistakes in both bases. Like we're making... Luckily, we didn't make mistakes on the defense. I think that's perhaps the difference. So we made mistakes on the offense. They made mistakes on the offense. They didn't make mistakes on the defense either. Both teams actually, well, other than the build, they kind of made some mistakes on the defense. But our defense of Chronic and Phenor played it exactly as they were meant to, and took out the 7 monk on Pact. So very interesting game. It would be interesting to see like the same matchup in a few days when both teams have had time to absorb it, because I think that both teams would play much better. Like especially OG, because I think they could have done so many things differently that game. Well, actually, yeah, both teams made so many mistakes. It's really interesting match. A lot to analyze about it. Danny says, in all seriousness, I watched that match myself. Seemed like Backside won the game. You mean Cole's Backside won the game? Yeah, they did. Oh, the split side? Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, the fact that we got those NPCs down in the mid game, those we got the 2 archers and the bodyguard down with a great timing in their backdoor with Ellie and Warrior. If we didn't do that, it would have been really hard to win that game. And there's not many openings you get for that. We actually had the perfect opening, really rare opening, where they tried to connect in our base, put themselves under a lot of pressure, and then at that exact moment we run out the back. And yeah, it's very hard for them to follow when they're under that much pressure, because they won't be watching it clearly and the monks will be distracted. What did I say about the part that Fina and Tanner went into their front door, then Foresight went through the back? I thought that you guys pushing front door was brilliant. It's so perfect. I love to see it. Like playing for our win condition from the start, so good. And what Foresight did by running through their pit to help the split side was major troll griefing. He definitely shouldn't have done that. So what happened was Zinc and I were in their back, and they were defending with their El Surge and a monk. And we were just kind of looking for NPC kills. We didn't get any at that point, but we were looking for them, and then we would have pulled back. But Foresight seemed to think that we were in trouble. So Foresight ran through to try and help us, but we were perfectly fine. And so then our main team starts wiping. So that was a mistake by Foresight. I think perhaps it doesn't help him that usually Lightning Surge is much more of a threat, so their defending Lightning Surge would usually be able to kill the warrior in this situation, but in this flux and with his build, where he really doesn't have that much damage, and I have an extra strong healing breeze, he takes a lot longer to kill than he normally would. He just wanted to be close to us for the vibes. Well, he came close. Okay, so that... I think that was the only game I wanted to obs. These ones good? I might obs these another time. Alright, that's it. End of the stream. Thanks for watching. And hey, if I don't see you guys, good luck in the mat tomorrow. None of those games were good? Okay, I'll take your word for it. Alright, see ya.